Namaskar, hello and a very warm welcome to CIET NCERT's special live phone-in interactive program, and this is Teaching Learning Interventions in Inclusive Classroom. My name is Tanvi Khurana and you're watching us on PMeVIDYA channel number 3. All the class 3 students, this is an English class where we are going to discuss the poem, and that is Sea Song. Well, do you know what is a sea? I'm sure you know what is a song. But we'll discuss this unit number 4, Sea Song, with our expert who is here present in our studio, and she'll be giving us all these details about this poem. If you have any questions, any queries, please give us a call on our number, which is 8800440559. If you want to email us, the email ID would be dth.class3@ciet.nic.in. And also, you're watching us right now on our YouTube channel, that is NCERT Official. In the live chat box, you can write down your questions, queries, and you can share them with us. So on your screens, you can see a sign language interpreter. Let me introduce her to all of you. She is Miss Stuti Kumari. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. So she'll be interpreting each and every word we discuss in this program. And now let me introduce you to our today's guest, and she is a special educator, Mrs. Jyotsna Wadhwa. Very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Tanvi. Hello, namaskar everyone.
Namaskar, ma'am. And like I said, she'll be discussing the entire poem. Please share your questions till 12:30. We have got a lot of time, so let's begin this discussion and let's ask ma'am, what is this poem all about? And we can also see the title. It says Sea Song. So what is this song? Who is singing this song, ma'am?
Yeah, Tanvi, it's about, a poem is about a small boy who is visiting a sea. Sea मतलब एक समुद्र बहुत बड़ा सा जहाँ पे, and वहाँ पे he has got a shell. Shell is a shank, what you call, but a small curly one उसको एक मिलता है वहाँ पे, और वो उसको लेके very inquisitive as a child because it was a new thing for him, so he came running to his mother, और mother के पास वो अपना shell लेके आता है, and mom उसको वो shell के अंदर जो sounds हैं, जो song है, उस song को उसके कान के साथ लगा के सुनाती हैं. He was surprised to hear that song. So the story is about the sea song, like the shell that is singing a song inside it.
Okay, ma'am, would you like to read out the poem to all our viewers?
Yeah, sure. Let's read the poem. अब आपको जैसे को स्क्रीन पे नजर आ रहा होगा, it's a chapter 3, Sea Song. I found a shell, a curly one, lying on a sand. I picked it up and took it home, cold inside my hand. He found a shell, small छोटा सा shell उसको मिलता है, like we can see on the screen. The curly one, curly means एक छोटे से, अगर हम देखेंगे तो उसके ऊपर ऐसे छोटे छोटे cuts बने हुए हैं. So lying on a sand, सी के पास हमारे को बहुत सारी सैंड नजर आती है. सी के अक्सर पास में आप देखेंगे तो रेत एक पड़ी होती है, जहाँ पे लोग बच्चे अपना छोटे छोटे टावर्स बनाते हैं, किले बनाते हैं, ये सब कुछ बनाते हैं. I picked it up. As a boy is singing reading a story, so I picked it up and took it home. Because as a child I told that he was very inquisitive to see the thing. He picked it up and took it home. घर लेके आया वो shell को, cold inside my hand. Because it was near the sea, the sand is always very cold enough. So he hold that shell and it was very cold inside. The hand was freezing cold. Mommy looked at it and then she held it to my ear. Obviously, as a child, the first thing you go, as a child, you go to your mom because she is the one person who is most of the children are accessible to the mom. मम्मा के पास हम भाग के सब बच्चे हमारे जाते हैं. तो मम्मा के पास वो लेके गया, and उसकी मामा ने that shell, she took it in the उसके हाथ में पकड़ाया और उसके कानों के पास लेके गए, because from the ear you can hear. So child was little surprised कि मामा ये चीज को एक दिखा, मैंने तो I just bought it and what she is showing it to me. And from a shell there came a song, soft, sweet and clear. उस shell के अंदर से उसको एक song सुनाई दिया जो बहुत soft, sweet और clear था. बहुत शांत सा एक सी की अगर हम आवाज सुनेंगे, जो आगे अभी हम स्लाइड पे देखेंगे, सी की अगर हम सी के पास हम खड़े होते हैं तो देयर इज अ वेरी डिफरेंट सॉर्ट ऑफ रिदमिकली साउंड कम्स फ्रॉम द सी, एंड दैट एग्जैक्ट साउंड वाज कमिंग फ्रॉम द शेल व्हिच वाज वेरी सॉफ्ट, very sweet and very clear for a little one, which was a different thing for him, a little different experience for him. I was surprised. I listened hard, but it was really true. As a child, it was something new for a child, because उसने कभी ये चीज देखी, shell was the first thing to, बहुत inquisitive होके घर लेके आया ना, मामा ने उसको कानों के पास उसको पहनाया और सुनाया, तो इसमें उसको सरप्राइज होके उसने बहुत ध्यान से, listen hard means बहुत ध्यान से उसने उसको सुना, but it was really true. What was true? That the soft, clear voice was coming from the shell inside. I wish you had find a nice big shell and hear it singing too. काश, वो कहता है कि आपको भी एक बड़ा सा शेल मिले, because shells are always of a different size and shapes. And आप उस शेल को अपने कानों के पास जब लेके जाएंगे, you can hear it singing too. आप उसको वॉइस को आप दोबारा सुन सकते हैं. बहुत अच्छी से एक मीठी से एक डिफरेंट सा एक्सपीरियंस बच्चे को इस पूरे पोएम के अंदर नजर आया. Now I was talking about the sound waves which are coming through the seashore, जो shell के अंदर उसको सुनाई दिया. So I just want to you people to experience one thing कि किस तरीके से sound wave हमें सुनाई दी थी. जैसे कि हम तन्वी सुन रहे हैं कि ये वॉइस जो हम लोगों को सुनाई दी, ये साउंड वेव सी के पास जब हम जाके खड़े होते हैं, जो सी हमारे कोस्टल एरियाज में है, जैसे गोवा है, हम साउथ साइड चले जाते हैं, वहाँ बहुत सारे कोस्टल एरियाज में जहाँ सी के साउंड, अगर हम वहाँ बैठ के खड़े होके सुने तो ये साउंड वेव्स हमारे को सुनाई देती हैं. सेम साउंड वेव्स हमें शेल में से भी आती हैं जब हम उसको कान के पास लेके जाते हैं. So this was the sound wave which was the child was talking about in the whole poem. Okay. So let's talk about, अब हम देखते हैं inclusive education में इस poem को हम कैसे पढ़ेंगे.
Unit 4.
Have you ever collected shells? Enjoy this poem about a shell that sings.
Sea song. I found a shell, a curly one, lying on the sand.
I picked it up and took it home. Cold inside my hand.
Mommy looked at it and then she held it to my ear. And from the shell there came a song, soft and sweet and clear.
I was surprised. I listened hard. But it was really true. I wish you would find a nice big shell and hear it singing too.
Let's read the summary of the story. The whole story, what is all about. The poem is about a small little boy. He found a seashell on the sand near the river. उसको एक छोटा सा शेल मिलता है जो सी के पास पड़ा हुआ, सैंड के ऊपर पड़ा होता है. He brings the shell to his mother. As a child, he just runs and picks it up and bring it to his mother. she makes him listen the soft, sweet sound from the shell. उसको वो कान से लगा के सुनाती है कि what is the shell singing. It was a soft, sweet sound which is coming from the shell, and the boy was really surprised to listen to the song and was very surprised and very happy to hear that song.
Okay, so that's a very pretty poem, ma'am, and it says a lot, and it has a deep meaning to it, and we would like to know a lot of things related to this poem from you. So firstly, the title is Sea Song, and we say that I saw, or we see, so that is S-E-E, and this C is S-E-A, so the spellings are different but the pronunciation is same. Are these two similar? What is the difference?
See, the word is S-E-A. It's about a big, जिसको हम कहते हैं एक समुद्र बहुत बड़ा, and S-E-E is देखना. So they are the homophones, एक जैसे सुनाई देते हैं, but they have different meaning. But yes, we see a sea, जिसको हम कह सकते हैं एक समुद्र को हम अपनी आँखों से देखते हैं. So that we can say.
Okay. तो हम इंग्लिश में बहुत सारे वर्ड्स ऐसे भी लर्न करते हैं जिनकी प्रोनाउंसिएशन सेम होती है पर उनकी मीनिंग एकदम
अलग होते हैं. बिल्कुल.
Can you give any more examples of such pairs?
Like if you can say the one hair, and it is H-A-I-R, like हमारे बाल, and H-E-R-E, hair is जगह. Right. So these are very small homophones जो हम क्लास सेकेंड एंड थर्ड में पढ़ते हैं बच्चे, एंड ऐसे एज अ चाइल्ड बहुत सारे बच्चों को ये वर्ड्स रेगुलर रिवाइज कराए जाते हैं हमारे स्कूल में, एंड जो बच्चों को एक समझ भी आता है.
ओके, ऑलराइट मैम, हमने इस पोएम में एक लाइन थी द कर्ली शेल. So we would like to know from you that are all the shells curly? Are they of same size, same shape, and do they all sing just the way we heard it in this poem?
No, see, the shells are of different kinds. Okay. Somewhere we find a large big shells, somewhere we find a very small shells. These shells can be found in the ornaments also. Usually आजकल ornaments बनते हैं in which the necklaces and where the small shells are used. They are curly, some are curly, like there are waves in it, and some are the straight ones. Okay. जो बिल्कुल सीधे होते हैं जब हम पूजा के टाइम पे which we use in during the temples. They are the straight ones, although the shape is little different, but they are not very curly. They are little straight one. So that is the one thing, and they are usually different in size and shapes, found near the seas only, and some of them sing, but the big ones they don't sing वो ज़्यादा, because जो heavy होते हैं sing, they cannot sing much, but थोड़े देर ज़रूर sing करते because that volume of that shell is little on a lighter side.
Okay, all right. And are they of some same color as well? Are they all white?
No, they are not white. Some are off-white, some are greys in color, some are white in color, some off-white, and different colors are there, definitely. But they are in the lighter tones. Most of them are in the lighter tones of the shade.
So we understood from this poem that we can find shells and sand on the seashore. Ma'am, other than these two, what else can we find on the beach, on the seashore?
As we have talked about this, on the sea we find shells, sand, and sometimes we find the starfish also. Some of the hazardous things are also found on the sea, like the octopus, and the crabs are also moving on the sea, near the seaside. And so, as we talk about the green environment and everything, but although the plastics are banned nowadays, but still we find some few of the plastic items near the seas, which the people are not looking at it, but yes, definitely the awareness is going on, and so it will definitely be out.
Absolutely. So that's a lesson for our kids. Next time you go to a beach, please do not pollute the environment or throw any single-use plastic on the beach. Let's just keep our environment as clean as possible, right ma'am?
Right.
Okay.
Definitely.
So ma'am, when we go near the sea, there's sea water, and children just love to be in the sea inside, and can they drink that water? Is it safe? Is it drinkable?
No, not at all. If sometimes if you go into sea water, we go for the sea sports, and if you dip into the water, the sea water is always salty, and it is not advisable to drink that water at all. Although we get the water from the rivers and the natural resources, but that is being fixed it up through different procedures that is made to use it for drinking. But yes, definitely sea water is not at all advisable to drink.
Okay. So no matter how much children play with the sea water, do not drink it. That's a lesson. Okay. And ma'am, we understood in this poem that the child brought the shell home. So is it safe for children to bring these shells home? Do they need any permission, or is it dangerous to touch them? Are there insects inside which can bite them? Anything?
Yes, definitely, Tanvi. If we talk about the little ones, they are very inquisitive, as I told earlier also. They are very inquisitive to look out for something new. जब भी उनको कोई नया सामान नजर आता है तो they just run away and भाग के पकड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं. But जब हम sea के पास जाते हैं, as I have told, there are many other animals also. बहुत सारे reptiles ऐसे insects होते हैं जो कि बहुत dangerous हो सकते हैं. You never know about all the insects. There are so many species around. But yes, definitely when if they are interested in take the shell home, back home लेके आना चाहते हैं उन shell को, so definitely under the guidance of the parents, because उसके अंदर कोई भी insect ऐसा हो सकता है जो कि जरूरी नहीं है कि हमें उसी समय मिले. अगर हम parents as a parent, if we are picking it up, make sure that the shell is empty, and so under the guidance of children, they can come and take it home, back home, and they can decorate it at home.
Okay, all right. And ma'am, seashores, or we live in cities, we live in villages. Where are these seashores? Always in Goa or no, Andamans? That's what we have heard. But other than that, where else we can find seashores?
See, mostly the seashores are on the coastal areas. Like if we talk about the South India of our part, there are lot of seas are there, and then Goa is famous for all the seashores and everything. The most of the rivers and Arabian Sea and everything is there only. But yes, there are Bombay. If we take up Bombay, if we take up Calcutta, there are rivers over there also. If nearby in our northern India part, if we go, there are rivers in Punjab. There are rivers in this Haridwar. The big Ganges is there. So it's not only like, especially in Delhi, we don't have it nearby, but yes, definitely there, it's all over, all the part of India, it is there.
Okay, okay. So like you said, ma'am, that not all shells sing just the way we heard it in this poem, but are there any similar sounds you can just inform us which are similar to waves? The ones?
Yes. In this poem, we were talking about the sweet and soft sound that was coming from the sea, and as we have heard from the slide also. But yes, when there are high tides, especially at the nights or during the full moon time, there are high tides around in the sea. And if you listen to the sea sounds over there, that is very roaring. And sometimes as a little ones, we get frightened. Even as an adult, we get frightened about it to hear that sound, because that is very noisy and the sound is continuously coming from one sound to another. The stoppage is not at all there. And the tides are, as the tides are very high, the sound is also very high.
Okay. And ma'am, what is the use of these seashells? You said we can use it for ornaments. Other than that?
You can decorate your home. As we have said, we use it in the rituals also. If you see in the mandirs and everything over there, we see our spiritual readers are having that. And yes, definitely the children can bring it home, as the child being so inquisitive about it. They can bring it home, they can color it with different colors, they can decorate their drawing rooms or their study rooms with that. And yes, the ornaments are definitely nowadays made from that. And even you can decorate it on the pencil box, on the what you call the pen stand also. You can decorate it through that also, through the
Can
shells.
they use it for their homework projects, any of the art projects?
Yes, definitely it is also used nowadays. These shells are available in the local markets also. It is exported from the shores and everywhere, so you can use it decorating your files, your projects, and sometimes definitely the few things are being told that what you have visited during the vacations, if you have visited, so that this is definitely the best part to show in your scrapbook.
Okay, all right. So in this story, it's a very small poem, ma'am, but there's a story, there's a connection we can feel in the poem where the child goes to a mother, and then the mother makes him listen to the song from the shell. So there's a connection between the mother and the child which has been portrayed in the poem. So what is the author trying to say here with this relationship? Is there anything you would like to highlight about?
As being also as a mother, I would say that usually the children they take a comfort zone for the mothers. Like whatever they bring, they are the first one to share it with their parents. The little ones, definitely they go and share it with the parents. But yes, most of the mothers, if they are not working, the fathers, they'll come back home and then only they'll be able to see. But as a mother who is non-working, the children would take the things up to the mother and show it to their mothers. So in this, the emotional bonding between the child, because as a child, the child trusts the parents only, because they are the one who will be guiding and telling them everything, the truth, what is coming. So as a child, he was very inquisitive to hear what is it, something different from it, and he was pretty sure that he will get this answer from his mother only about what is it and what the answers are there. It is through the parents only you get it. So through this, the poet is trying to show us that the child, being a child, the first family is the first institute where you learn certain things. So this was the main crux of the story, the main thing of the story.
Okay, that was a beautiful story and you narrated it so well. Would you like to read the story once again for our viewers and let them know each and every word once again?
Sure then.
Let's just see the presentation once again, and you can see the words written in the poem once again.
I found a shell, a curly one, lying on a sand. Shell, though, as we can see on the screen itself, the curly one, there are curls, small curls are there, the small waves are there on the shell. Lying on a sand, as we can see, these shells, as I have told earlier, these shells are found on the sand near the seashores. I picked it up and took it home. As a child being inquisitive, he picked it up and bring it back home. Cold inside my hand, as it was lying near the seashore, definitely the sand is very cold, so the shell automatically got very cold, and it was, while holding, his hands also got cold enough. Mommy looked at it and then she held it to my ear. The mother, she looked at it, that what the child has got. She asked him to hold it in his hand, close the hand and make it near the ear. And from a shell there came a song, and it to a surprise, shell के अंदर से एक छोटा सा song, एक प्यारा सा song सुनाई दिया. Soft and sweet and clear. The song was very soft, sweet and clear. I was surprised. I listened hard. The child, something new for him, he was very surprised. He listened hard. Listen hard means बहुत ध्यान से उसने सुनने की कोशिश की. But it was really true. But yes, definitely there was a song in the shell. The sweet sound was coming. I wish you had found a nice big shell and hear it singing too. He wished that शेल छोटा नहीं हो के बहुत बड़ा सा होता, सो डेफिनेटली शायद उसको और ज़्यादा अच्छे से सुनाई देता और ज़्यादा बड़ा सॉन्ग सुनाई देता एंड सिंग करे, बाकी लोग भी उसको सुने एक बारी. That was the story. That was the poem all about.
That's a very pretty poem, and the second last line is wonderful, that I wish you had find a nice shell. So I hope all the children get to hear this sweet, sweet song from the shell. Please find your shells if you are visiting a beach or a seashore next time. Let's see the 3 keywords of this entire poem, and our sign language interpreter, she'll help you understand these vocabulary which we have learnt from this lesson. So let's have the keywords on our screens, and the keywords are, like you can see on your screens, curly, shell, surprised. Curly, shell, surprised. All right, and let me request ma'am to give you some homework, and here comes the homework.
Sure. As we can see on the slide, the first question is, where did the child find the seashell? The second question is, what did the child hear? Child को क्या सुनाई दिया उसमें? And the same questions, we can use it for the modification, the modified homework. Where did the child find the seashell? The first option is on the sand, in the water. It is for this, as we're talking about the inclusive education, so it is for the inclusive setup. The second question is, what did the child hear? Option A, loud noise. Option B, sweet, soft and clear song. So in both the things, the option is very clear, where the child can see and just give a tick mark on it.
Absolutely. Ma'am, we would like to know from you, as a special educator, when the special educators teach in the classroom and it's an inclusive classroom, so what are the teaching learning materials one can use to explain this poem to the children?
We talk about the inclusive education as being a special educators, we can use the things like shell for the visually like visually impaired, when they cannot see but at least they can feel it.
Right.
So we can make them touch the shell and feel the shell, what is the shape of the shell. And as a hearing impaired, we can use the sign language as a things. And yes, definitely a sand pit can be made where the different things can be put on. The small sand can be there, the shells, different type of shells can be put on, जिसको वो touch करके feel करके हमारे बच्चे उसको एक inclusive उसमें एक being a part of the inclusive setup, उनको ये ना लगे कि हम बिल्कुल अलग हैं या हमें पता नहीं लग रहा. So that could be done.
Okay, great. So let's have a look at the homework format in which you can send your answers to all of us. Let's just look at the format. So this is the format. Please write down your name and then your class. Here, please mention class 3. Then write your school name and school address, and then the expert or the teacher's name. In this case, please write Mrs. Jyotsna Vadva.